I just sold my Intel puts for a 20% profit, and the trade only took 1 day. And I just sold my Tesla ETF hedge for a 30% profit, and that trade took 7 days. And with that money, I just placed a new hedge, a new put on a stock that I have never traded before. And I placed that put because the stock ran way too high on hype. And I think it's time for it to cool off. So we're going to discuss the stock, discuss its financials, look at the charts, discuss how I heard of the stock, and discuss the trade I just placed against it. And just as with the Intel and Tesla hedges, I think this hedge is an easy 20 to 40% profit over the coming weeks. And before we get started, remember that this video and none of my videos are financial advice. I'm just showing you what I'm doing because I'm trying to make 20 to 50% as stocks go up and as they come down. So do your own homework and your own due diligence and be careful. Okay, so the stock of the video is Poet Technologies, ticker POET. Okay, so Poet Technologies is in the semiconductors and semiconductor equipment sector, which is the technology sector. And they have a $1.1 billion market cap. Okay, so what's valuable about this company is here. They have a patented platform that allows the integration of electronic and photonic devices into a single chip using wafer level semiconductor manufacturing techniques. So what does that mean? Who knows? But they do have a patent on it, and it sounds very fancy. And all of this sounds very fancy. Furthermore, its optical interposer-based products consume less power than comparable products, are smaller in size, and are readily scalable to high production volumes. Okay, so they do AI things for data centers, cloud computing, etc., which is super hot right now. And I get it. I love it. I'm bullish on it. And I'm bullish on the patent that they have. But you know what the stock reminds me of? It reminds me of Navitas, ticker NVTS, which got a $5 billion market cap, and they only had like 10 million in revenue. And that's exactly what this company reminds me of. So I'm not saying that it won't go up in the future. I'm just saying they don't have enough earnings right now to support the stock move. So with that said, let's look at the financials. So with a $1 billion market cap, their price to sales is 1,433. Are you kidding me? This is crazy, stupid, ridiculous, overvalued. Price to book, same thing. And we can see that ridiculous price to sales in their last 4 quarters of earnings. So they have 29,000 here, 167,000 here, 268,000 here, and 298,000 here. So collectively, this is about $830,000. Not even $1 million. Are you kidding me? And their market cap is $1 billion. So think about that. $1 million in revenue for the last 4 quarters, and they're valued at $1 billion? Not on this channel, not on my watch. And now we look at their operating expense for the last quarter. Their operating expenses are $9 million and 668 grand. I mean, look at the difference there. That is absolutely astronomical. So furthermore, that's why they have a negative 9 million in net income. So now when we go to the balance sheet, we see that their assets are 108 million, their liabilities are 41 million, so their total equity is 66 million. And I don't like this because you want to see someone's equity at least double their liabilities. Good companies have 2 to 3 to 5x double the equity than their liabilities. So this isn't even a double, but at least they are positive. Then we go to the cash flow statement, and obviously they have a negative 19 million from cash from operations. They spend 64 million in investing, which gives them a $13 million end cash balance because it lowered them by 23 million. So they began the quarter with 37 million, and now they only have 13 million. So you never want to see the ending cash balance go lower than the beginning cash balance. And you rarely see this with companies. But in this case, this company has this problem. So they only have $13 million in cash to support a $9.6 million operating cost for the last quarter. So this is a red flag in my opinion. So now let's look at the call option alert that I got, which motivated me to place a put against Poet, because I had never heard of this stock until I saw several option alerts on it. And this last one made me pull the trigger on the trade. Okay, so this is the option alert that I got. And it was 6 days ago, on January 14th, the person placed a $6,000 contract order for the $8 calls, and the stock was trading at $7.90. So now let's look at the chart because I think this guy cashed out. Okay, so this is a 5-day chart of Poet. And on January 14th, when the guy placed the trade, the stock was trading at $7.90, which is about here. And we can see that it never went lower than here during this whole time, which is from here to here. And we see that it hit a high of $9.08 on January 20th and then closed much lower at 8:30. So I think he cashed out somewhere around here because this move from 790 to 8 to 908 is about a 15% move. So his call option from here to here would have made about 40%. And keep in mind, his call option expires in 3 days. So will it go back up to here in 3 days? I don't think so. Okay, so now let's look at my put option. What is the strike price? What is the expiration date? And then we'll look at the 6-month chart so I can explain further. Okay, so these are my two puts. They're the $8 puts, and the first expiration date is March 20th, and the next one is April 17th, 2026. So this is about 2 months out, and this is about 3 months out. Now let's look at the 6-month chart so I can explain why I think it's going lower than $8. So this is the 6-month chart of Poet, and we see that the high was $9.22. And I do not think it breaks this high unless earnings are good and the operating costs come lower and the diluted earnings per share improve. So it may break this, but not until that happens. And earnings are March 31st. So my first put expires March 20th. So I think it'll drop before those earnings. And because there was drama today, which is Tuesday the 20th, there was Trump drama with Europe and the European tariffs. So I'm expecting Poet to trade down to about $7, which is here. And that's about a 10% move, and my option will make about a 20% move. If it goes lower than 7, I will make more. And if the earnings do not do what I said it should do, Poet can trade down to $5.94, and it can even trade down to $4.61. So we can see from this chart that from its high to about $5 is the trading range until earnings. And if the earnings aren't good and it gets slammed, then I will wait and consider placing a call option. But until then, this is the trading range from $5 to $9. And when we go back to the 5-day chart, we can see that 5 days ago, it was trading at $7. So it's very reasonable to believe that it can go back down to $7. And it will surely go down to $6, which is here, if they have poor earnings. And like I said, it can go lower than 6, maybe even 5. And when you consider that over the past 15 days, it traded from $6.32 all the way to $9. So look at that big move there. And what is that move based on? It's all based on talk and hype. Just like Navitas did, ticker NVTS. It was all hype and then it sold off. So I wouldn't be surprised if this sold off after they have poor earnings. Okay, so that is my game plan. My trading range is between $5 and $9. I don't think it goes over 9 until they have good earnings. And if they have poor earnings, it can go back down to 5. So I'm going to be flipping in and out of this for the next several years. And suppose their patented AI technology is a hit. We will see it in the earnings, and we will see it in upcoming deals that they do. So I'm not betting against Poet for the long run. I'm just betting until March and April, because over the last 45 days, it nearly doubled. So I'm just betting on a 10, 15, 20% pullback so I can make a quick 20% and I'm out of the trade. So what do you think about the trade? What do you think about Poet? What did I miss? Comment down below. Let's get the conversation started. And don't forget to check out my other 2 channels. One of them is Bible Preacher, where I preach the Bible, and the other is a Homeless Helper channel, where I go around helping homeless people. Both channel links are in this channel's bio. See you in a few days in the next video.